are here today in Nakuru on a stakeholders forum where we are together with a lot of partners under the courtesy of UNDP, UNEP, and Kenya Forest Service, Kenya Wildlife Service, NEMA, WARMA, RUA, CFS. It's really a very good mix of people bringing everybody on board, creating a platform where we can all be able to work from the county to save our Mau Forest Complex that has been on the national agenda for the last nearly 5 years. Now we realize that Mau is not the only area that is under threat. Nearly all the 18 water towers that have been identified in the Presidential Gazette Order of April 2012 are under threat, all the way from Marsabit to Chulu Hills. Therefore, the country needs to wake up to the reality that our water towers are really threatened, and we need to re-energize our effort and make it everybody's responsibility to stop the destruction that has been meted against our water towers. For the last 3 years, it is recovering slowly. 1,250 hectares of land have also been surrendered voluntarily by Kenyans who are holding titles to land in the Mau Forest Complex. And therefore, we still have a long way to go. We have nearly close to 100,000 hectares of forest land that still needs to be attended to be recovered, needs to be rehabilitated, that have been settled, and therefore we still have a long way to go.
This forum to represent UNEP and UNDP, who together decided to support an establishment of a forum, whose main objective will be a coordinated voice to articulate the issues in the Mau, and also it is going to have a secretariat that will coordinate all the activities in the Mau, who is coming in, who is working where, what are they doing, and also to just regulate who is coming in and what they can do, and they can direct where they will be able to work, so that people are not just walking in and out, and after maybe some pictures have been taken, they don't come back to see if any publicity event they had in the Mau is having any continuity, like planting trees. Do they ever look back and see if they are working? So the main purpose of the forum is to have coordination of the activities in the Mau, to also have a secretariat that has information about the Mau for anybody who wants to work in the Mau, for any donor who wants to come and contribute to the development of the Mau. They can get all this information in one secretariat, and then they can know where and how to engage. Because we realize that every stakeholder has their different interests, but this forum can speak with one voice. So we are bringing together communities, NGOs, donors, government agencies, everybody who has any stake in the Mau.
I'm very glad that we have a stakeholder meeting shortly after the last elections. As you know, we tried to implement the restoration program for these important water towers. Unfortunately, towards the election, there was political polarization. Some people thought we were driving voters away from their political party. Some people thought we were inhuman to the people around the Mau. I just want to stress that the conservation of the Mau and any other forest reserve in the country will have important decisions to be made. And those decisions we have to make based on the facts and the conservation requirements. And sometimes when you are in a position of leadership, you are expected to take some firm stance and say what ought to be done. Now that the elections is over, we can count that water under the bridge. I hope that Kenyans can now shape up and address the requirements of conserving these major water towers.
No families were evicted. I will say families were persuaded to leave the forest. And therefore, nearly 3,000 families were persuaded to leave southwestern Mau in November 2009. And those families, the government allocated 1 billion shillings for their settlement program on humanitarian grounds.